Hello, welcome to Crowdsourced AI project. Today, I'm going to talk about object tags, how we are going to use object tags, and then access control, and how we manage the object tags. So this is the text. I'll be drawing c1c2 diagrams. And also, I'm going to try with the examples, with the examples given here, ChatGPT, and then start integrating ChatGPT into our discussions. All right, let me go to my c1c2 diagram. So we have these classes and relationships. So let's recap. I'm going to use my invisible pen. And let's see, okay. Let me choose a different color. Okay, so we got buckets, and S3 has buckets. Buckets have objects, one or more objects, and each object can be tagged. And a tag is nothing but it has a key and a value pair. So in this case, we have project blue as our tag. And these tags, project blue, for example, tag set, you can have multiple tags under one set, and you can attach tag set to a particular bucket. So I can create tag sets like cost center, Chicago, project blue, and then individual objects, I can tag them with whatever the key values. And this is the key in project blue, and this is the value. So that's our c1c2 diagram. Now let's go and take a look at one or two examples of JSON, the policies, and in ChatGPT we're going to explore. So let me go to ChatGPT. Let's go to ChatGPT. Where is my ChatGPT? Okay, there. Yeah, right here. Okay. So I may have to clear this c1c2 diagram. Okay, let me clear that, since we are done with that. So what I did earlier, I just copied one of the examples from here. Okay, yeah. So this one, I copied this JSON into ChatGPT, and so it explained what it understood. So this is what it understood. And then I asked it, what is the account number? And then it said, okay, this is the account number. This is a sample account number. So it's basically, it's trying to understand and answer my questions, conversation. How many actions are allowed? So with respect to this particular JSON that I copied, there are 2 actions. So I'm expecting the answer to be that. So what are the actions allowed? The policy you provided has 2 actions, 2 S3 actions. And it also saying you can add more, and this is how you add it. Basically, it's an array, a JSON object, etc. So let's see in one more example, and then that's the one that I did earlier. So let me copy this JSON. Go back to ChatGPT. So the way that I'm going to integrate this and use ChatGPT is all the data in any enterprise application can be exported selectively as JSON, and give that JSON object to ChatGPT and ask questions in an English manner. So I just copy pasted that entire thing. So it's saying it's an IAM policy. It grants IAM role John Doe and to the bucket called bucket. And these are the keys. And these are the actions that to perform the action on this account with this version. The policy statement contains the following elements. It understood the elements, etc., etc. Effect, action, and resource. On this resource, we apply those actions. In this case, this is a bucket. On this bucket, we're going to apply those actions, and we are allowing if this condition is met. What is that condition? Additional criteria that must be met for the policies to apply. In this case, the policy statement only applies if S3 request includes at least one of the two specified tags, owner and creation date. For any value modifier, allows a condition to be true if at least one tag key matches specified values. So basically, it is saying when you make a request to do that action on that resource, we are expecting these keys to be there as part of that request. And if those keys are not available as part of the request, then I'm not going to let you do this action, is what it means. So this is how we can use ChatGPT, because a structured document it can understand and explain in English. Okay, let's ask some questions and then see what are the condition, what are the keys, object keys that it is expecting in the condition. Okay, what are the condition keys the request should have? The policy specifies a condition element that includes string and condition operator, owner and request object is okay. Is the condition key that specifies the object key that S3 request must include. This condition key is used to enforce the requirement that any S3 request put object tags must include at least one of the specified keys, owner and creation date. In summary, this policy requires an S3 request to put object tags on objects. That means you can tag on these objects in this bucket must include at least one of the two specified tag keys, owner and creation date. All right, I think these are simple things. Now I don't want to put ChatGPT to test. So let's go back and then see if anything strange that I can find, and then see if ChatGPT understands. So let's see what is access control. Okay, those are access control. Managing object tags. Okay, you can do these things through console, SDK, CLI, all that good stuff. Okay, and using cost allocation tags. Okay, so there are some Amazon specified tags, and there are some like AWS generated tags created by, or user defined tags that I can put, like Project Blue and Cost Center Chicago, things like that. All right, that's all I have, and I wanted to show that a given JSON of a policy can be understood by ChatGPT, and then it can answer questions and it can explain. So in the near future, what I'm going to do is import a bunch of JSONs or export a bunch of JSONs from an existing system, from skill bank system, and ask questions on that. And that's how we're going to interact with ChatGPT and slowly incorporate C1, C2 diagrams, that's the model. What is intelligence? Intelligence is the ability to model the world around you. So in this case, we have taken a subject called AWS, and then we are trying to understand, and that understanding I'm translating and explaining or drawing using C1, C2 diagrams. And the same model can be imported into skill bank system. And now once it is imported, then can be exported in various formats. So one of the formats is JSON format, which has a precise meaning of our understandings. These may not be exactly the schema that AWS uses, or the tag names and all that. Just for abstract understanding, I create models when I'm drawing those C1, C2 diagrams. Then I import, and then I can get that JSON and give it to ChatGPT, and then use some English-like query prompts. So we're going to integrate ChatGPT into Skillbank system, and that's when the real power comes in. So I'm just setting up the environment and the context and the story as I'm building these videos. So if you are interested, please get in touch with me, and I would be happy to collaborate and help you, or show you how our team is integrating ChatGPT into an existing enterprise system. All right, that's all I have for today. Good luck and take care.